From The King's Speech beating The Social Network to La La Land being announced the winner instead of Moonlight, the Academy Awards have had a history of controversial moments, but today we'll be taking a look at some of the most egregious oversights by the Academy, moments where true cinematic geniuses went unrecognized. Starting with 1941's Citizen Kane, which follows Kane's transformation from an idealistic young man to a cynical and bitter old man as he becomes consumed by his own ambitions and desire for control. The film had 9 nominations but only 1 win. The movie lost the Big Picture Award to How Green Was My Valley, directed by John Ford. Citizen Kane's win sparked controversy, as it was believed to be snubbed because of its unflattering portrayal of William Randolph Hearst. People alleged that he used his influence to prevent the film from winning. The film combined strong performances, stunning cinematography, and timeless themes to create a cinematic experience that captivates and engages viewers. The Hollywood snub of fame would be incomplete without Martin Scorsese's losing streak. He's rightfully regarded as one of the greatest directors of all time. Scorsese had repeatedly been nominated for Best Director 6 times before finally winning the Oscar for The Departed in 2008. His first nomination was for Raging Bull, released in 1981, making his wait for the win a 27-year-long one. Of course, every year brings new snubs, and the 2020 Oscars were no exception. Despite receiving 6 nominations in other categories, Greta Gerwig's Little Women was completely shut out of the Best Director and Best Picture categories. Little Women was criticized for being too similar to the previous adaptations of the story, and some people thought that Greta Gerwig didn't bring anything new to the table. Competition from contenders like Joker and Parasite. The movie's lack of diversity may have contributed to its loss at the awards, since it was written by a white woman and the cast was also primarily white. The Academy Awards had been facing backlash for their lack of diversity over the past few years prior to the film's release. In spite of all this, the movie still managed to be nominated for 6 awards. But that's not all. The Shawshank Redemption lost Best Picture to Forrest Gump at the 67th Academy Awards in 1995, which seems like lousy decision-making on the Academy's part, if you ask me, since The Shawshank Redemption is still one of the most critically acclaimed movies, gaining more popularity as the days go by. The film's screenplay, written by Frank Darabont, is expertly crafted and features memorable dialogue and character development. The story follows the friendship of a wrongfully convicted murderer with his fellow inmate, which makes for a more exciting story, compared to its counterpart, which follows the story of a man who just keeps on getting lucky. While it may not have won, it remains a classic and a testament to the power of film to move and inspire audiences. But the snubs don't stop there. Over the years, the Academy has overlooked countless brilliant performances. The 1998 Academy Awards ceremony saw Shakespeare in Love take home the Best Picture Oscar, beating out the greatly admired war film Saving Private Ryan. This decision sparked controversy and debate among film enthusiasts and critics, as many believed that Saving Private Ryan deserved to win the award. The movie's opening sequence, depicting the D-Day invasion of Normandy, is widely regarded as one of the most realistic and intense depictions of war ever put on film. Compared to Saving Private Ryan, Shakespeare in Love was much more lighthearted, which may have contributed to its win. Saving Private Ryan's technical achievements, performances, and themes all make it a worthy candidate for an Academy Award. Let's look at another worthy candidate that tied the record for most awards nominated with The Turning Point, but didn't win anything. Yup, you guessed it, it's Steven Spielberg's The Color Purple, which was nominated for a whopping 11 Academy Awards, but didn't win a single one. Supporters argue that the film was a groundbreaking and vital work of art that tackled critical social issues and featured outstanding performances from its cast. Many believe that the movie's subject matter was a little too controversial for the Academy's taste, as it dealt with issues of racism, sexism, and domestic abuse. Some critics have argued that the film reinforces many stereotypes the books tried to warn us about, which may have contributed to the film's loss. Next, we have the Studio Ghibli film directed by Hayao Miyazaki with stunning animation, intricate character designs, and detailed backgrounds. Princess Mononoke. The movie has played a huge role in popularizing Japanese animation in the United States, while tackling themes such as environmentalism, industrialization, and the relationship between humans and nature. This iconic movie is very relevant to the current circumstances of the world and is a worthy contender for the Oscar. Now, for one of the most shocking incidents, 2016's La La Land lost because of a last-minute mix-up in the envelopes that caused its accidental win.
There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Moonlight, Best Picture.
This is nothing to fret about, though, since the movie went on to win many other awards that night. The film has since become a beloved classic and is often cited as an example of the ups and downs of awards season. The movie creates a dreamlike and nostalgic atmosphere that transports its viewers to a different era. Some critics say that the movie seemed too predictable, the characters aren't fully developed, and their actions and motivations can sometimes feel contrived. Another controversial win has to be Crash winning over Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain depicted the love story between two men at a time when homosexuality wasn't widely accepted. In addition to the actors' outstanding performances,
man, it's weird. First of all, it was Ang Lee directing it at the time, so I mean, at least coming from where I come from, it's like Ang Lee is like is a genius. It wasn't calculated like that, you know, and I don't think any of us thought it was going to be what it became. You know, in a way, maybe someone should have sat me down and had a little talk with me about that. But the script moved me, and I was like, yeah, you know what I mean?
I'll do it.
Yeah, and I also, you know, I really had no idea what it's going to be like.
Brokeback Mountain is one of the most significant milestones in LGBTQ+ cinema. The movie captured the sweeping landscapes of Wyoming and Texas, with stunning visuals that transported the viewer to a different time and place. All of these reasons make it a worthy contender for the Oscars. Despite the massive box office success that The Dark Knight was able to achieve, it was snubbed by Slumdog Millionaire. Christopher Nolan's direction of The Dark Knight was praised for its boldness and ambition, and in particular, in the way it explored themes such as chaos, morality, and freedom. It redefined the superhero genre through its visual style, dark and gritty tone, and innovative cinematography. Yet the movie failed to receive the award. The Dark Knight won 2 Oscars, including a posthumous award for Heath Ledger's performance, which is a testament to its impact and quality as a film. Continuing the topic of astounding performances, Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl as Amy Dunn has to be one of the most iconic performances in a thriller/mystery movie, only for it to be snubbed down to only 1 nomination in the Academy. The movie was nominated for 5 other awards, 2 of which it won. It's a shame to witness such a well-articulated movie win only 1 award. Pike's acting in the role convincingly portrays the complex and multi-dimensional character of Amy Dunn. Watching her switch between different emotional states and personas with ease was chilling, to say the least. Perhaps the unsettling woman archetype that was portrayed was too easy of a character to dislike. It's clear that the Academy has had a long history of overlooking some of the most important and influential films and performances in history, but we can take solace in the fact that these movies and actors have gone on to become legends in their own right, despite the Academy's oversights. Which begs the question, how significant is the Academy Award for determining the success of films? And we will leave you to decide on that. That's all I have for the biggest Oscar snubs in Academy history.